time. It is officially summer, and I'm way excited to get out and enjoy the sun this afternoon. But I first wanted to share with you some things that I'm learning about hydration. Obviously, being summer and the hot temps, we really have to be mindful of how much water we're drinking. And like I said, I wanted to share 3 facts, 3 common myths about hydration, about water, and just some things you can do, some signs of dehydration, and some, I guess, some cures for it. So the fact is about hydration, about water, is that 4/5 of our body is made up of water. So obviously it's really important for us. All of our systems use water. Brain is made up of 85% of water, and the immune system also has a huge need for water, and everything in our body needs water. It's super important for us. But only 22% of the population is getting the recommended 8 cups of water a day. That's sad. That means the majority of us are living in a state of dehydration. And obviously that's not for optimal health. So that was the first fact. Our body is made up of 2/3 water. Secondly, 4/5 of the population is dehydrated, and only 22% of people are getting that 8 cups of water a day. Third fact I wanted to share is the common sign of dehydration, which is dry mouth, is actually a sign that it's too late, that you are beyond the point of just feeling dehydrated, that you are well into dehydration, and that dehydration actually happens on a cellular level. And so it's more than just that feeling of needing a drink of water. It's a sign that your body is well into that dehydration state. So now that you know the facts, let's talk about the myths. And the number one myth, and actually the reason why I decided to make this today, I'd been wanting to talk about this subject for a couple days now, but I saw a post shared by a friend on Facebook talking about the amount of sugar in sports drinks. And of course, yes, that is really important to be aware of how much sugar is in sports drinks, but also to understand that sports drinks do not hydrate us as well as plain old water. Yes, sports drinks have a bunch of great things in them, and the sports drinks companies will want to highlight those minerals, the electrolytes, and all those things that are in there, but they don't fully hydrate us. And in fact, unless those electrolytes, minerals are small enough to make it into our cells, where hydration actually happens in the cells, it's a complete waste to have those. And in many cases, if our bodies are not able to actually absorb the electrolytes and the minerals in the sports drink, it's actually going to cause a negative effect by sending us into cellular distress even more, causing more cellular stress on our body by having these elements that we're not able to absorb and to process. So of course that's going to be waste, and that's going to our bodies are going to have to figure out a way to break it down and deal with it. And that waste could be in many forms, but definitely causing stress on the body by not being able to do that. I took notes so I wouldn't forget anything. Let me write all it down. Yes, and the other thing about that sports drinks and other things such as tea, Crystal Light, those things that maybe we think are benefiting us by either helping us to drink our water, or like I said with the sports drinks, offering up these other minerals that perhaps we think our body needs, but again aren't really able to absorb them and benefit from them. Because of drinking those things, we aren't fully hydrated, even though we feel like we are. They may quench our thirst, but they're not actually causing us to be hydrated. Therefore, we fill up on these things and don't actually feel thirsty when we have good water put in front of us, that will actually then hydrate us and do more than just quench our thirst. Again, by feeling full from those things, we're not going to take advantage of that water and actually drink it. Other things, of course, like tea, lemonade, coffee, those we all know actually cause dehydration. So again, by filling up on those things, you're not going to turn for the water because you're going to feel full and satisfied, not thirsty, even though you are not hydrated. All right. Number 2 myth is, I get people all the time will tell me, you know, it is recommended that you drink half your body weight in ounces of water. And people will tell me all the time, well, I only drink, we'll say 20 ounces a day of water. So I must, you know, maybe I just don't need as much water. And that's a myth as well. What happens is, obviously, that person is in a state of chronic dehydration, but the reason they are not maybe feeling the full effects is that your body adapts to it. Your body is going to figure out a way to survive on those 20 ounces of water, because our bodies are pretty amazing things if you didn't know that. So even though you aren't meeting the daily requirement or that suggested half your body weight in ounces of water, you are going to be able to survive because your body's awesome and it adapts and it makes do with whatever water you do have. That doesn't mean that you don't need that much water. It just means that your body's awesome and it's making it happen even though you're slacking on the water. So for optimal health, it is best that you drink your half your body weight in ounces. And you know, it's definitely all those things like I talked about in the beginning of this is how that your body is made up of 2/3 of water, and all your different organs and systems need that water, and that the brain is 85% water. So obviously for you to have that mental clarity and to feel like you're in control of your life, you need to be hydrated. But also that health that you have on the inside is going to be shown on the outside, because water will improve the look, the shine of your hair, the strength of your nails, and your eyes just have that beauty on the outside that reflects the health on the inside. Myth number 3 is that all water is created equal, which is not true. Something that I'm really needing to learn more about is called the TDS score, which stands for Total Dissolved Solids Score. And that basically is defining the quality of the water. And the ideal is 0 to 15 ppm, which I believe stands for parts per mineral. I don't know what it stands for, actually. I'm being honest with you guys. I'm digging into this, sharing as I go, as I'm learning. But distilled water is a 0 to 5. So again, I'm still learning that, and I encourage you to go and investigate that more. But I do know that water that is completely filtered and stripped of the minerals is not the best for us. The water that still has the minerals and the good minerals, right? So just like when you take an antibiotic and you're getting rid of that bad bacteria in your body, right? That also strips away the good bacteria, which is why it's not a good idea why doctors don't recommend that you're on an antibiotic for too long, because again, you're getting rid of that good bacteria. So in relation to the water, when you are completely stripping the water from all the minerals, you're not only getting rid of the junk in the water, but you're also getting rid of the good minerals that we need in our water. And the reason why we need those things, those minerals in our water is because because those minerals help us absorb the water into our cells, so that again, we are hydrated on a cellular level, so that the water can be carried to those cells, and those cells actually hydrate our body by absorbing the water. So again, those minerals that are in the natural spring water, or by adding a little bit of minerals into your water, you can use things like Himalayan salt to add the mineral into your water, and then your body is able to fully absorb it, and then you'll stay hydrated. So not all water is created equal. It's best to have minerals in your water to be able to fully absorb it, but also, of course, if you need to have a clean water source. So I'm not just saying scoop up the stuff from the pond. That's not what I'm saying at all. All right, so signs of dehydration. Again, I said, if you're having a dry mouth, yes, that's obviously a sign of dehydration, but that's like beyond hydration. It means you're too late. So, hey, Nikki Johnson, how funny. Nikki. Oh my gosh. I mean, Johnson's, of course, there's a couple Nikki Johnsons. Thanks for hopping on live. But signs of dehydration, obviously too, are going to be tired. You have a headache. You could actually feel nauseous. I've been to that point as well, not good. And then also just not thinking clearly, because again, your brain is made up of 85% of water. And if you're not fully hydrating, it makes sense that you can't think clearly or make sense or get confused or forget what you're doing. And the common cure for these symptoms, right? Tired, headache, not thinking clearly. We think we need a little pick-me-up. We need the coffee or the sugar rush or something like that. And that actually, hopefully, you know, makes you more dehydrated. Processed foods dehydrate you, right? Because they're made up of junk. They usually have sugar in it or simple carbs. So what you can do instead is eat whole foods, because whole foods, fresh veggies, raw veggies, and fruits actually influence hydration. They encourage hydration. So instead of grabbing the coffee and the sugar and the bar, the candy bar, or the healthy bar, the protein bar that's really just more of a candy bar, grab the whole foods. So grab a banana or grab a handful of grapes. Frozen grapes are really great in the summer, or strawberries or something like that. And then of course, drink your water. So if you really have a hard time drinking water, some tips here. If you have a really hard time drinking water, of course, use that fruit infused water. So by that, I mean not the bottled stuff, but getting water and actually putting whole fruit into it. So that will give it a little flavor without adding in the extra sugars or the other things. And then eat raw foods. Eat fruits and eat raw vegetables, because those are made up of water. They have water in them. They're a great source of hydrating your body as well. So in my opinion, it is best to stay away from any other drinks other than water in regards to hydrating. I'm not saying I like my coffee, I like my tea. I'm not saying to not drink those things, but when you're thinking about what you've had overall for the day, if your goal is to drink half your body weight in water, make sure that you're only tracking pure, whole, plain old water as your source of hydration. And then of course, if you're going to enjoy those things like coffee or tea or whatever, that those are just your little extras. And keep in mind that filling up too much on those things will not leave you thirsty and not leave you wanting that clean, whole water. All right, so that's my scoop on hydration. I hope this has been helpful. If you did find this interesting, and if you want to hear more about what I'm learning as far as hydration and just the body in general, health in general, please let me know, and I will continue to do more of these live videos. If you found this important for a friend to know, please share this video to their timeline so that they can watch and learn the myths and the facts about this. And also, you could just tag a friend if you didn't want to share that. You could tag a friend here in the comments and let them know these myths and facts. So let me know if you found this information helpful, and if you want to hear more of it, please comment. I don't want to be just blabbing to no one. I want to know that what I'm doing here is helpful. So again, please let me know. Drink your water and have a great Wednesday.